Hello once again, and welcome to my Xenoblade Chronicles X playthrough, a series in which I detail my progress through the game, highlighting some of my favourite moments and sharing my thoughts. So without further ado, let's begin. So last time when we left things, I was hopelessly searching through Primordia, trying to find 2 energy tubes in order to complete an Affinity Mission. In my previous play session, I'd spent a good couple of hours traversing Primordia trying to find this elusive item, and for the first hour or so of this play session, I stupidly did the same thing again. Still, it wasn't completely time wasted, as I did manage to find 2 pretty cool looking cave areas whilst on my travels. The first area that I found resembled the inside of a volcano. Unfortunately, I couldn't really stay in there long without getting my arse handed to me. The second area I discovered, called Turtle Nest, was a much smaller, darker area which contained a few critters. I do like how many little secret areas that are hidden in the environment. After another hour or so running around like a headless chicken, I had an idea. Perhaps the energy tube wasn't an item that I could find in the environment. Instead, perhaps it was something that an enemy dropped. Yes, I know it probably shouldn't have taken me this long to work it out, but well, shut up, okay? Anyway, I checked through the Collectopedia to see if the energy tube was in there. It wasn't. So this meant that the next step was to check through the enemy index, and it clicked. I was told that I needed to collect the energy tubes from Puges, and it turns out that Puges are a robotic enemy found at the Ganglion bases. Finally, after 4 hours of running around, I figured it out. I'm such an idiot. So off I went and hunted down those Puges, and at long last I acquired the second energy tube I needed, meaning that I could finally finish this Affinity Mission. Yay, it's done it! Finally did it! Next up was another Affinity Mission, and thankfully this one didn't take anywhere near as long to complete. The mission tasked me with visiting Tatsu's parents. As if Tatsu wasn't annoying enough, I now had to visit the rest of his clan. Oh joy. Tatsu's family proved to be as annoying as I expected, and I know that some people might think that their lingo is cute, but I find it really annoying how they just seem to add pon onto the end of random words. Dada-pon, mama-pon, brother-pon, Tatsu, I'd like to kill you with a dangerous weapon. What? Who said that? Anyway, it turned out that my important mission was to rescue Tatsu's father's glasses, which had been grabbed by an indigene. I believe it's some kind of no-con tradition to pass down glasses to their children. At least that's what I think. I wasn't really paying attention. I managed to get Tatsu his glasses back, and to my surprise it seems like Tatsu's father is actually Squirtle. I was not expecting that. After the mission was complete, I tried my best to persuade Tatsu that family are the most important thing in an attempt to get rid of the annoying bugger. But he wasn't having it, and unfortunately decided to still follow me around. Damn. I decided to have a wander around the commercial district after I finished with Tatsu's caravan, and in doing so I managed to find yet another Affinity Mission. Seeing as it was night time and this mission only takes place at night, I figured as I was in the right place at the right time, I might as well do it. The mission introduced me to a new character called Fry. So far I found a lot of the characters that are able to join the player's party to be either annoying, unlikable, boring, or a mixture of all 3. Fry on the other hand was a character that I immediately liked. I mean, the first thing he did was offer me a drink. How can I not like the guy? He also seems like a genuinely interesting and funny character. Look, what I'm trying to say is, Fry, I love you.
Yours, I wanna be yours, I wanna be yours, wanna be yours, wanna be yours, wanna be yours.
Moving on, Fry's mission involved me having to go around killing an awful lot of indigenes. All was going to plan until I reached an area in Stavalum which was incredibly misty, meaning I couldn't see what enemies were about, which caused me to get ambushed and killed. Eventually I did manage to kill the indigenes I needed to with a bit of luck, and unlocked Fry as a party member. But almost as soon as I was given the ability to have him in my party, I had to kick him out. Sorry Fry, I still love you. I had to do this so I could replace him with Irina and complete her Affinity Mission. To be perfectly honest, before I tackled this mission, I had completely forgotten who Irina was. And I think that's a small problem of having so many possible party members in this game. I've forgotten who many of them are, and there's only a few that I actually care about. Oh well, anyway, on to the mission. During the pre-mission cutscene, Irina gets bullied by some douchebag members of Blade. Funnily enough, the second mission objective involves rescuing these 2 from a dangerous indigene. I decided, you know what, these guys are getting what they deserved and vouched to leave them there. Unfortunately, Elmer and Irina disagreed, and I ended up having to go and save them. Although as mentioned in the previous video, I do like the option of being able to choose what my character says, However, so far it does seem like a lot of the choices I make don't really matter. I'm hoping that perhaps this changes as I progress further into the game. After rescuing these pricks, I decided that as I hadn't done a story mission for quite some time, and that as far as I knew I had done all the Affinity missions that I could do, it was time to start chapter 5. I found the cutscene that took place after I chose to continue with the main story to be pretty painful, with the main reason being having to see the same banter, for a lack of a better word, between Lin and Tatsu. As annoying as Tatsu is, I find the jokes directed at him to be even more annoying. The whole let's eat Tatsu thing wasn't funny the first time, and here we are 20 hours later still making the same joke. As much as I am interested in the narrative and the world of Xenoblade, the writing at times does leave a lot to be desired. After sitting through this cutscene, I was given the task to make contact with another alien species that had been spotted in Oblivia. Now, I thought Tatsu was bad, but the Manon, as they are called, are even more annoying. Why, you ask? Well, just listen to them speak.
That means you're friends to the Manon, yes? We are Manon, you know.
They sound like chipmunks. Chipmunks. Who thought that was a good idea? Why are all the alien species in this game annoying? Right, it's okay. Sorry, I've calmed down now. Where was I? Oh yes, the Manon. After speaking with these squeaky freaks, I was instructed to destroy 3 anti-aircraft turrets, which were preventing the Manon ship from flying. After which I then had a boss fight against some ganglion, which turned out to be a breeze. After I had completed this boss fight, one of the ganglion mechs was revealed to be still functioning and set its sights on Tatsu. Finally, this might be the end of that pain in the arse, but no. For some reason my character decided to risk his own life for Tatsu's, saving him in the process and injuring himself. This is where things began to get a bit weird. It turns out that my character, as well as all the humans on Mira, are MIMs, or Mimiosomes. MIMs are essentially robots. Their real bodies are being held in the life force, and through some kind of connection they are remotely controlling their MIMs. But if their real bodies die, then so do their MIMs. This idea seems to be a kind of a mixture of both Avatar and the Matrix, and whilst I do think it's a cool idea, I'm not quite sure if it really seems necessary to the narrative at the moment. Hopefully it is further expanded upon later in the story. After completing chapter 5, I unlocked the Overdrive Technique, which I'll speak about later in this video. I also unlocked a new area, the Manon ship. I was wondering why there was an undeveloped area in NLA on the map, and it turns out this is why. I decided to do yet another Affinity Mission, this time with an emo guy called Yelv. It kind of annoyed me that I was asked by this guy what type of mission I wanted to do, to which I replied I wanted to do some hunting, only for him to completely ignore me and say we should go out and find bits of the white whale. Listen here, Yelvy, why ask me what I want to do, if you're just going to do what you want to do anyway? You dick. Begrudgingly I did the mission that Yelv wanted me to do, and then ran into my old friend Libra the Long Lived. I did try to defeat this tyrant in the previous video, but let's just say it didn't go well for me. Things were different this time around though, and Libra didn't cause me much of a problem at all. However, I do think that this might be the longest battle I've had in this game so far. I mean, it lasted over 10 minutes. The beast just had so much health. On the other hand, it did give me a chance to finally test out the Overdrive Technique, which essentially allows the player to use a ton of arts in succession with extremely quick cooldown time. It's something that can easily tip a battle in a player's favour, and it adds something else to think about during battle. So far I like its inclusion, and the fact that it costs 3000 TP means it can't be completely abused. After getting my vengeance against Libra the Long Lived, I decided to visit another tyrant who had previously bested me. Shimwa the Shimwa, named Shimwa. And because of how much more powerful I and my teammates were than when I previously visited, I managed to overcome Mr. Shimwa. I then returned to NLA, and after a quick walk around I ended up having side quests popping out of my arse. I mean seriously, almost as soon as I spoke to one quest giver, I'd walk around the corner and there would be another one. One side quest I encountered tasked me with helping out some of the workers on the water purification site. I actually quite enjoyed this mission, particularly due to the fact that it showed the people of NLA developing and expanding into the world of Mira, as proven by the water plant appearing on a lake in Primordia. I then ran into a guy called Fog who turned out to be a complete idiot. Fog wanted me to help him check on some data probes in Oblivia, 3 to be precise, except Fog made me check the same probe twice and even referenced it himself. It was a strange mission to say the least. That wasn't all though. After looking at these 2 probes, I ran into some ganglion. The ganglion themselves weren't tough. The tough bit was not getting killed by this level 65 tyrant. For some reason the developers put this mission in the same area which the tyrant moves around, making it more about avoiding this guy than worrying about the ganglion. It really is a bit of a bizarre design choice from the creators. Another bizarre but thankfully this time brilliant decision from the developers is the inclusion of Professor B. This guy is an unknown alien species who sets up home in New LA's industrial district. He tells the player that he is a time traveller and instructs them to buy a car for them. I decided to do it more out of curiosity than believing his story, and then witnessed his Manon assistant attempt to time travel but fail miserably. After then giving Professor B a required item, he presented me with his new and improved time machine and disappeared to wherever it was he was going. This quest is clearly a homage to Back to the Future. It's got the car time machine, Professor B or Professor Brown, and the Manon even says to the player, I hope he can get back to the future. It's probably the best side quest I have done so far, due to how interesting the character of Professor B was and how unexpected I found it all. I hope more unique quests like this appear as I continue playing. And unfortunately with that I'm afraid we've come to the end of the episode. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe if you did, and I hope to see you all soon. Until next time, thanks for watching. Goodbye.